Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about what we could see for this year in Wizard City. So we already know that this year is a recap year. It's not going to have any updates with, the fourth arc or anything story-wise. It's just a recap year. I think since the end of the arc we just ended the third arc. So we're going to need a recap year. We're not going to jump straight ahead to the fourth arc. We need a year to, recap. Obviously, they're probably still working on the fourth arc right now. But obviously, they're still working on other things and stuff for this recap year. For a recap year, you may be wondering, what could happen? What will be in this recap year? Well, most likely, it's just going to have some minor updates, some other things, and possibly some things that we've always wanted to see that we never had in the game. And I'll go into that later. But anyways, we're going to be talking about what we could say, what we know that is going to be happening in this year. So there's very few evidence or news on anything coming to this year, but there is some that we know that will come out. So the first thing is the level 130 dungeon. Now, I do have some predictions on the level 130 dungeon that it will actually be Alisar. I think that the lost city of Alisar will be the next dungeon. There's also some evidence you may be like, well, why the heck are you thinking that Alisar would be a dungeon? How do we even know it is a dungeon? Well, it actually was stated in this King's Isle blog. I'll put it on the screen now, but in the King's Isle blog on the creation of Darkmoor, they had some ideas of an Aquila expansion and or Nodor or the Lost City of Alisar. I know that Nodor isn't going to be the beginning or isn't going to be the dungeon. I know it just can't be. I think Nodor could be a dungeon in the future. Nodor also might be a lower level dungeon. Now this update might not only have one dungeon. It might be similar to the 4 dungeons or whatever. They could do another 4 dungeons, or maybe it'll be only 2 dungeons, or maybe even 3 dungeons, or maybe it'll just be the one level 130 dungeon. So we don't know yet, though. I feel like this will have 2 dungeons. I feel like the only 2 dungeons that I think I'll have 2 dungeons. One for I don't know, level 80 or something. There isn't any level 80 dungeon. There isn't. So they could do that. So they could do a level 80 dungeon and a 130 dungeon or something like that. Maybe I feel like Nodor would fit perfect for level 80, since I think Nodor is more like an Ice Age themed world, kind of like, since level 80 is when you're going to Azteca. So I feel like that's a perfect level, since you're already in Azteca and then you're going to another Ice Age world that is kind of Aztecan themed. Maybe Nodor will be in Azteca. I don't know. I don't know where the Lost City of Alisar will be, or wherever this new dungeon is. We don't know anything about this new dungeon, and I really doubt it'll be in the Old Town. Let's actually go to the Old Town now. Alright guys, now I want to stop right here before we move on. There's also other dungeon ideas I have in mind. I did know that Nodor was first mentioned in Avalon, so it is a possibility that Nodor could be in Avalon as a level 80 dungeon as well. That would also fit, but I feel like since it is a it would be a dungeon slash world of mammoths and like Bigfoot looking creatures. I feel like that would be, Bigfoot looking creatures. I feel like that would be perfect for Azteca, but it also, since it was, originated from Avalon, maybe that could be a dungeon in Avalon. Maybe we would have to go to Avalon to visit the dungeon, get a quest there and go to wherever the hell, or wherever this dungeon will be. I feel like that would be pretty cool. As well as Alisar, now I was saying where could it be? I feel like since Alisar was first found out about in Zafaria, this could be a Zafarian dungeon, but for level 130. So 130s go back to Zafaria. We go to this new Lost City of Alisar somehow. I don't know. I don't know how we get to these places. I don't know where they would be. But I feel like these will be interesting ways to get to these places. I feel like since the Lost City of Alisar, which was the home of Queen Alyssa. So obviously the home of elephants. It'd be a bunch of elephants and stuff. That would be pretty cool. There's also another one that if they did add another, if it was like another one of those 4 dungeons, I have, I think, 3 predictions for it. Maybe not, or 3 places that could be it, which is Nodor for level 80, Alisar for level 130, and for, I guess, maybe level 50, 40, maybe even level 60. I don't think we need another 60, but we also have Yago, which was first found out about in the level 60 dungeon, Tower of Elephant, and which was the peaceful fields of stars and elephants. So stars, elephants, kind of Celestian themed in my opinion. Sounds like, at least. If this could be a dungeon slash world, this also could be a dungeon idea. I feel like Nodor isn't a world that we will be visiting, in my opinion. I just don't see it. I don't know. I feel like Yago has a better chance of being a world, or yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, so I'm assuming that there's still only gonna be 2 dungeons. Like, and that's what my prediction is gonna be. But if there is 3, I feel like Yago, Nodor, and Alisar are the perfect dungeons for that. I don't know what level Yago would be, but I feel like Nodor and Alisar definitely are perfect for this. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, so as we travel to Old Town, we travel down here, right here. Obviously, I'm staying a little farther back because I don't want their dialogue ruining the content. But anyways, there is a hole in the Old Town there. We don't know what it is. I think I've seen some leaks on Twitter on what the file name was, something catacombs. That doesn't really give us any clues, but I really don't think that will be a dungeon. I think since it is in Old Town, and a lot of low levels see this and they want to see what it is, and if they find out that's a level 130 dungeon, they're probably gonna get a little mad because they can't actually go in it. So I feel like that won't be the case. I feel like this will be something for all levels, because yeah, I feel like some low levels want to see what it is, and if they find out it's a level 130 dungeon, they're like, dang it, now I gotta quest all the way to 130 just to go into that thing that I've been waiting to see. So I really doubt that'll be anything. I don't think it'll be a dungeon. I don't know what it will be, but we will be seeing that in the next update, I think. Okay, let's go on some test realm dates. So before we actually talk about anything else on what is to come in 2019 and my predictions and stuff that is confirmed, I think that this test realm actually might be coming like in the next month. I think it'll be coming mid to late April. So we got like a month left until I think we'll be seeing some news about a test realm coming. I feel like mid to late April is a perfect spot for it, especially like test realms usually last 30 days, so a month. So we won't be seeing this to live realm until like May to mid to late May to even June. So I feel like that's kind of like in the summer days. So I feel like that's perfect to have an update. Obviously, people are getting off school, and they'll be able to check out this update without having to worry about school. I feel like it's a perfect time for that. I feel like there will be only 2 test realms, even though it's a recap year. They usually only have 2 test realms. I feel like this year there's still only gonna be 2 because they still are working really hard on these updates, and they are still sort of complicated. They aren't as big as a new world. I don't think we'll be seeing a side world either. I don't think we're gonna be seeing no side world. I think the main updates this year are gonna be obviously this dungeon thing, as well as the hole in the Old Town. I feel like that will be in the same update as the new dungeon, as well as I think in that test realm update will be also Chrysalis fishing. I think that'll be, obviously we're expected to see Chrysalis fishing. It's like every year they add new fishing stuff, so that is expected to see. And I think so Chrysalis fishing is expected to see this year, especially in that update. And the next update, I don't know what we'll be seeing. The next test realm after this one, which will probably be in fall, I assume. I think that will be the finishing. I think that'll probably be the finishing of the revamp of Wizard City. I think they'll finish the revamp of Wizard City in the fall test realm. I don't know what else is to come in that test realm. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't really have any ideas. I mean, I do have some predictions, but the only thing we really know is that there will be a level 130 dungeon, and this Old Town update will probably be in the next test realm. I don't think they'll be finishing the revamp of Wizard City in this test realm. Apparently, they have already completed Wizard City test round or the revamp of Wizard City. So if that's true, they might actually have this in the next test round with the new dungeon, with this Old Town thing out. If that's true, then I don't really know what will be coming after the fall test round. But anyways, now we're actually just going to be talking about some predictions. Those are pretty much all we really know that's going to be coming out this year. Now we're just going to be talking about some predictions on, what is to come this year. Obviously, no new worlds this year. Maybe a side world. I doubt it. Maybe that'll be the fall update. Because usually in fall is when they add the new world. They could be working on a side world. We don't know. We probably won't be getting any leaks if they are until probably late summer to early fall, depending on whenever this test round will be, the next test round after the one that should be coming soon. Maybe that will be the side road. That would actually be a perfect time for it, and I really don't know what else will be in that test round. And that'd be a pretty cool test round. I feel like if they did add a side world, I do have some ideas on what the side world could be. I feel like they should add like one kind of from Pirate 101, like maybe Monquista. Or my favorite, Cool Ranch. I think Cool Ranch would fit perfectly in Wiz. I would love to see a Wild West themed world in Wiz, and I feel like it would be perfect for a side world if we see Cool Ranch as a side world. I feel like they'd be awesome. I don't know what the level would be. Last side world we had was obviously Wisteria, a quick little side world that gave decent XP. Grizzleheim you can't really count as a side world because you pretty much have to do it, and it's also listed as a main quest when you go to your quests. But I feel like it could be a level 35 to level 40 side world maybe. Maybe we'll see more really good level 40 gear. That'll be worth farming for like maybe the final boss of Cool Ranch or whatever this side world would be. I don't know. I'd definitely love to see a side world. A lot of people really want to see a side world. It's something to do and it's cool to see. Especially it will have its own story, nothing to do with like the main story. Maybe some parts have something to do, maybe some leaks about, if it's a Pirate 101 world, maybe I'll say some leaks or things that were in Pirate 101 or things that come in Pirate 101. That'd be pretty cool, but it's not going to have anything to really do to impact, the story, especially that's a level 40 world. It's not going to really be saying anything about the fourth arc. I mean, maybe they could do that. I don't really know, but they don't really have to worry too much about the story for side worlds. That's why I think it's a lot easier to make side worlds. Also, it's not going to be as big as the main world. I mean, it still could be. I would love to see a pretty big side world. But anyways, that's that for the side worlds. My prediction. That's probably not going to happen, but I'd love to see a side world. But anyways, we're talking about what is to come that could actually come to the game. So there's probably a lot of obviously small updates, bug fixes and just small updates, new crown shop items, new just minor updates to the game. And there is a couple minor updates that I would want to see. There's one that is you should be able to trade treasure cards. You should be able to put treasure cards in your shared bank. A lot of people want this, and it's a small little update, but a lot of people would actually be happy for this tiny little update. It's that tiny little update that will actually make a lot of wizards happy, because being able to trade or put treasure cards in your shared bank is actually very useful. I don't know why you can't do it, because they make it so complicated for trading treasure cards. If you really want one on your other character, you have to give it to either a friend or your other account to give to your other character, and you could also get scammed for that. You can give someone that you think you trust a lot of treasure cards, like let's just say 100 empowers, and then they end up keeping it and not giving it to your other character, and then you end up getting scammed. I think this will definitely prevent scamming if there's any scamming in that. Also, that actually leads on to another thing I want to talk about that kind of has something to do with scamming, but yeah, they definitely need to add that. That would be really cool. Another thing is, let's go on to the next thing I really would want to see is gear trading. Now, a lot of people want to see this. I'm pretty sure KL Live kind of I guess, destroyed people's ideas of gear trading. I think they ended up, I've never seen them say anything about gear trading on whether they're going to add it or not. But I've heard that they said that they aren't going to be adding it. I don't know why though. There has to be some reasoning behind it, because pretty much every MMO has gear trading or trading in general, and I feel like trading will be perfect, especially for this time. I feel like now it's a recap year. I feel like it's just perfect to add gear trading. You know, it's not too late. I know gear trading probably should have been added to the game a lot sooner, but it's still not too late to add it. And I feel like this year is perfect for gear trading. Still hopes up for that because it'll be very useful, especially to trading to other characters. I have another account. I have a bunch of other accounts, and I have my original account that's level 110. Got muted, and I obviously don't get on that account anymore. I spent a lot of money on that, and I would love to trade the stuff I spent money on to this account since I don't get on that account anymore. And also I have some rare mounts and stuff. Obviously, there's probably going to be some things that you can't trade. Like, there's no trade items. I think those should just stay, you know, no trades. You can't trade them. As well as maybe some other gear that or treasure cards, whatever, that you can't trade, that they don't want Wizards to trade. Fine, that's fine. Also, I think they should definitely not. I feel like if they did add gear trading, obviously you would be able to trade all your gear, including hats, robes, boots, wands, athames, amulets, rings, pets, mounts, decks, all the housing items, including seeds and scrolls. You wouldn't be able to trade fish. Obviously trade snacks and reagents and jewels, and that'll be it. That's all you should be able to trade. Alright, and another thing is, pretty much the only other prediction I have is a Wizard City bank that's not like an actual bank. Like, obviously we have the bank that's in our houses that you store, you know, gear and stuff. You don't store gold in it. But we need a gold bank, a Wizard City gold bank, where you can store all the gold that you pretty much have in your gold bag, since a lot of our wizards, we probably have max gold, or a lot of high level wizards have max gold, and they don't know what to spend it on. So they end up either spending on like stuff they don't want, or like empowers, just random stuff just to spend some gold. But we don't want to spend our gold sometimes. We want to store our gold. Like, storing a gold is a perfect way, and I feel like this is actually going to be added. It was an idea by Scarix. Also, Blaze made a video about it, and I feel like KI Live, I feel like King's Isle will actually add this in like an upcoming update. I feel like they definitely will add this. I don't know if it'll be in the next test round, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like they definitely will add this. It'll be somewhere in the commons, the Wizard City Gold Bank, I guess it'll be called, and you can store your gold. And you can, you know, once you want that gold back, you can go in the bank and get your gold back. And I feel like that's just a small little add-on. They can add like a little room, and they can make it look cool and just beautiful in one of the little houses in the commons. And it'll be definitely it'll be definitely resourceful. So I definitely love to see that, and that's pretty much it for this video on my predictions for what's to come in 2019. Those are pretty much, there's probably so much other ideas and stuff that could definitely come, but those are pretty much all that I really want. There's actually one more thing, I guess two more things that I would like to see maybe in 2019 and or, you know, so on in the upcoming years, I guess. What I'd like to see is, since we go to the crown shop, we go to housing, we go to furniture, we have the duels. I would love to see more duels. We haven't seen a new duel in a while, and that's what I really want to see. Some new maybe visionary duels or champion duels. I would love to see more of those. I also have some ideas for duels, like maybe a Jade Oni battle with the Jade Oni, Death Oni, War Oni, and Plague Oni, or maybe even a chance of having the Shadow Oni. Maybe they'll make a Shadow Oni. That would be cool. Maybe it'll be the Shadow Oni, Jade Oni, Death Oni, or maybe it'll be the Shadow Oni, Jade Oni, and two random ones. Maybe it's between the Death Oni, War Oni, and Plague Oni. That'd be pretty cool. And also maybe a new Malistaire battle with the old Malistaire who had 100,000 health from the test round. Maybe they can add that for a visionary duel. Maybe the final battle with the Grizzleheim Ravens battle. Maybe they could do that. They could do a lot. There's a lot of cool ideas for duels, and they don't even have just final battle, like final boss battles. They actually have Rattlebones, which is the first boss, or he's not even really a boss, but they could just do a bunch of like known bosses, like Tick Tick Snaketail or whatever his name is. They could do him. They could do a bunch of different bosses for this. for the duels. So I feel like there's so much so many great ideas and so many it's just so much potential with these duels, especially with gear. They can have different gear for different stuff. Like one gear is extremely good for a certain stat. Like one's good for extremely high resistance and critical rating. One's good for extremely high damage and critical rating. Like that. There's so many ideas for gear and so many ideas for duels that they could do, and I would love to see these. I feel like we definitely could see these since it is a recap year, and I feel like it's perfect to add, stuff like this to the game now. As well as new gauntlets. We haven't seen the one-shot gauntlets in a while. I don't know if people don't like them. I certainly like them. I think they're really cool. It's a really cool, fun way, kind of like a horde pack, but in my opinion better. I mean, you're getting a lot more loot, and it's actually like a quest for a basically a horde pack, and I feel like they could definitely add a lot more. They have the Battle of the Bands. That's kind of a original one, and they have like a Wisterian one. I feel like they could have just normal ones, not really. They don't have to make some unique ones. Like obviously they have a plant one, and then they have some Battle of the Bands one. I mean, I guess there is quite a lot of ideas for unique ones. I don't really have any extremely good ideas for those. I'm not really sure. I feel like they could definitely do maybe a nature one. I feel like, okay, now the reason why I want some like these, I don't know if it's featured anymore. Okay, yeah, it still is. Where you could actually battle this guy. I feel like this guy would look really cool for a final boss battle, or a boss battle in general. They could probably do one with this. Maybe it would be like the Forest Gauntlet, or like the Botanical Gardens Gauntlet. I don't know. They could do some cool stuff like that, and I feel like that could be a good boss. I feel like there's a lot of pets that could be bosses. Like a fun guy, maybe that could be a boss or enemy in there. I don't know. There's so many cool things that could definitely be enemies or bosses in the game. So I don't know. I don't really have any ideas on what one-shot gauntlets are gonna come out, but I would just definitely like to see more one-shot gauntlets. I think they're really cool and enjoyable. Anyways, that's pretty much it for all my predictions and ideas and stuff we know that's going to be coming out in 2019 as of right now. That's really all we know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.